Please be sure to support the video we reacted to today by clicking the link at the top. Enjoy the show! This genre will replace Isekai. Now, y'all gotta know something. I like me some Isekai. I like Isekai a lot, like a lot. And a lot of my favorite anime are Isekai. I'm wondering what this is about. I know a lot of people have fallen out of love with Isekai. Understandable. I still love it. I love it with all my life. That is why when you take two of my favorite things, DC and Isekai, and made that one, you know what we're talking about? I'm not going to say the name because it's YouTube. But I'm excited for that one. So let's see what's going on here. I get it, though. There's a little bit of, like, some people are starting to get, like, pretty bored of it. But animes that I've watched recently, like Solo Leveling, I watched the entire first season. What an amazing freaking anime. Let me tell you something. Solo Leveling is God tier, SS plus God tier freaking, and like it's not Isekai, right? It's more like a reverse or opposite Isekai where the fantasy world is coming into the real world. But like I love the sort of taking modern day and taking fantasy stuff and like clashing them together. It's always been like a fun thing for me. Like Re:Zero is one of my absolute favorites for sure. Everyone already knows that one. Rising of the Shield Hero is phenomenal too. And so, you know, I like Isekai. Anyway, let's go ahead and go. Let's see what's going on.
Guys, I think I'm done with Isekai. At this point I've seen it all. Isekai with power fantasies, economics, politics, using swords, smartphones, where the protagonist...
That's a good word for it, by the way. Solo Leveling is the peak power fantasy anime for anyone who loves power fantasy animes, because they make him really have to fight for his powers, and it's worth it. Like, it really makes you feel like he's earned it. It's awesome.
Reincarnated as a slime, vending machine, even a goddamn hot spring. For the longest time, Isekai was just my comfort food, something I could just turn my brain off and enjoy while using as few neurons.
I freaking love Kazuma and freaking Aqua and Megumin and Darkness.
Possible. Yeah, I knew it was unhealthy junk food, but sometimes you just want to indulge in something that feels familiar. But eventually, I've come to realize that as good as it tastes, eating too much McDonald's is detrimental to my health. So anyway, I started...
Yeah, but do you wanna live a long life doing nothing that you care about and nothing that you ever enjoy? Or do you wanna live a short life where you did every freaking thing you loved to do, every single thing you wanted to do, and you freaking enjoyed the freaking time? Who cares? Who cares if it ain't? I'm sure... Please take care of yourself as far as food and health goes, but you know what I'm talking about. You get what I'm trying to say here. I hear Solo Leveling didn't sell well in Japan. Hope for season 2. There's definitely gonna be a season 2. There's no way it's not. It's one of the top freaking rated animes right now. And it's freaking phenomenal. No, it's definitely going to have a season 2. I don't know why it didn't sell very well in Japan, though. That's pretty weird for me. But, maybe, again, for the same reason. Maybe people were just not, like it. I don't know. It's very gory, so maybe that. But then again, there's like a whole freaking, like, communist movement over there in Japan trying to get rid of a lot of these animes, too. So that's good. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with that. It's weird. Look into that, by the way. It's freaking weird. It's strange. There's like literally groups in Japan right now that are trying to get rid of anime.
I've come to realize that as good as it tastes,
they're
eating too much McDonald's
is
is detrimental to my health. So anyway, I started eating KFC. Regression is a very popular genre in Korean manhwa and is the latest landfill dumpster rabbit hole
Regression?
I have once again fallen into. The genre is to manhwa what isekai is to anime and manga, and is about as equally detrimental to my health. Now, if you don't know what manhwa is, well, it's kinda like manga, except it's spelled like this. And it comes from Korea. And a lot of it is way worse than what you can find in manga.
Okay, got it.
Look at this dude.
But you know where that last point doesn't matter
bro,
as
that freaking neck though, bro. I wish I had a Giga Chat neck like that.
Much trashy power fantasy stories where the main character becomes OP for some contrived reason that I just can't help myself from consuming. Hi, my name's Giguk, and I have an addiction. This is a genre that hits
Don't we all though?
all the same notes that got me addicted to isekai in the
Re:Zero,
first place,
let's
while
go!
feeling just different enough that
Best waifu!
it still feels fresh. Or, in other words, it might not be your OP protagonist in a fantasy world isekai story, but you know what? It sure
Still gotta watch Eminence in Shadow. I saw him show Eminence in Shadow. Still gotta watch that one. That one looks good.
does smell awfully familiar. So, if you continually question your life choices like I do, but want something a little different...
Sorry, I can't do this without a freaking bevy. I freaking love... Who is Rem? Shut up, don't you? Season 3 better freaking get my freaking Rem back. I'm so mad. Yo, tell me why I fell in love with Ram, though, too. I actually used to hate Ram, like, a lot. I really did not like Ram, and now she's, like, my number 2 waifu. She's actually my number one because she's kind of a tsundere, but you get what I'm saying.
To dive into other than the same isekai filled dumpster truck, allow me to introduce you to regression. Because if you think your isekai brain rot was as bad as it could get, allow me to show you that you're dead on something a little different to dive into.
Oh, you want to talk about junk food? You want to talk about freaking junk food?
You to regression. Because if you think your isekai brain rot was as bad as it could,
Skeleton Knight right here, bro. Freaking best, one of the greatest freaking such a good anime, bro. This is literally just it's literally just isekai into a world at level 1000 already. But it's so good. I love it, dude. Cause the guy, this skeleton knight, he's just so freaking like down to earth. Like literally from the first episode, he's just like, what the frick? Oh crud! I freaking spawned in the world with the full frick. I got my armor. I'm full power. He did not mess around. He did not wait. He understood the mission, and he said, okay, that's it. This is my life now. I am gonna become a mercenary. I'm gonna make money with all of my overpowered powers, and, you know, I'm just gonna have an adventure. And that is it. His only goal in the entire anime is just to become just having cool adventures. And he's such a Giga Chad base, dude. He's so nice. He's kind to everyone. He starts rescuing people, because he's just like that. He's like, I'll be a mercenary, but, like, I freaking love it. You get me? He really is playing it like he's playing a video game where it's just like, no, I want to be the hero and I have the powers and I'm going to do that. Why not? And he's not really a hero like that, but, you know, he gets involved in the good guy stuff, but he is like a mercenary. Love it, love it, love it. Go and check it out. It's so underrated. So many people are sleeping on it. Like, bro is really rolling his own cigars because he just knows how to do that from the real world. You understand what's happening here? Like, anyway, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Literally, he's rolling his own cigars with his own tobacco leaves.
Allow me to show you that your dedication to trashy stories can go
Go
beyond
watch
a
it.
single
Such
genre.
good. It's not the best story. It's not going to be the greatest thing. It's not some S tier, God tier. No, it's none of that. It is just good, campy, just fun. Oh, so good. Such a good one, too.
Dumpster truck,
allow me to
pretty good story,
not gonna lie.
Regression. Because if
A lot of
you think your
moments where you
isekai
genuinely
brain
get
rot
some
was
feels.
as bad as it could get, allow me to show you that your dedication
Sorry,
to
had to
trashy
go ham on
stories
that
can
one.
go beyond a
I still
single
want to watch Vending Machine. I think it's funny looking.
genre, a single medium, and now beyond a single nation. But first, ad time. Before we continue, I'd like to thank today's sponsor,
time.
Asus ROG.
Hey! Both of my motherboards were made of that.
Like to game? Are you dissatisfied that you can't game everywhere
I don't know about this one, but I've used ROG for a long time. Really good.
you go? Or are you a content creator like me?
Early days, man, but now they've been stepping their freaking game up a lot, dude.
To create content everywhere,
Chaos, you would know a lot better if you're
anywhere
still
you
here.
are. Well, fear not, gamers, because
ROG
Asus have
rating
just
out of 10?
released the new 2024 ROG Zephyrus G16 gaming laptop for all your gaming and content creation needs. 2024 ROG
Hello?
Zephyrus laptops are amazing for both gamers and content creators
What's the
alike.
specs, though?
With their Intel Core Ultra
hold
9
on.
processor
Don't freaking- what's that charger? Let me
for
see that
all
charger.
your gaming and content creation needs.
Type
2024
C?
ROG
Better be
Zephyrus
freaking Type C.
laptops are amazing for both gamers and content creators alike.
That's not the proprietary BS, is it? No, that looks like Type C, I think. All right, okay.
With their Intel Core Ultra 9 processor,
None of this
185H,
freaking
and an
stupid
up to
proprietary stuff
NVIDIA
anymore.
GeForce.
What's up with that? Hold on. RTX 4090. What's the RAM, though? All right, they don't tell us the RAM. All right, what kind of... 10 out of 10? Okay. 10 out of 10. I would like to see what RAM size it has on the freaking... Because the 4090 is going to heat this laptop up like as hot as I get whenever I see Nico Robin from One Piece.
GeForce RTX 4090 GPU, what you can accomplish on these things feels practically limitless. Its ROG Nebula OLED panel with G-Sync support also gives me a crisp
OLED panel? You got me. Okay. Just because they sell an Evangelion MOBO. Okay, alright. You're biased. Great anime as well, Evangelion. OLED though. Wow.
clear
Okay.
display with a 2.5K resolution, 240
That's gonna be a very expensive repair when you break that screen.
Hertz refresh rate, 0.2 millisecond response time, and 1,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio.
Stealth hinge design. I would like. I wonder if they have like a teardown of that hinge. Because hinges are garbage, and on all laptops, by the way, on all of them. It's so plastic frames, garbage. Never get a plastic frame laptop. This aluminum frame is already a huge improvement compared to most laptops.
Ratio for my long sessions.
Don't get me wrong. I have like the Lenovo ThinkPads, and the hinges are freaking phenomenal. They're fine. but there's a way to make it, and most companies, especially HPE, does not know how to freaking make it.
While the ROG intelligent cooling, liquid metal, improved heat pipes, and tri-fans
liquid metal. Why liquid metal? You're gonna have to go back in there and retouch that like pretty quickly.
with second-gen arc flow fans or liquid chamber.
I definitely like the larger touchpad. The slim power jack. Oh, get out of here, Asus, with your BS. It is proprietary. Why? Stop making BS proprietary charging devices. They give us a Thunderbolt 4 Type-C, though, with a power delivery. Okay, so you could charge it theoretically with the Type-C. But why? Stop putting the stupid frickin'... Enough with the proprietary BS.
But keep this powerhouse nice and cool. That was a lot of big words and numbers.
Freaking hate proprietary
intelligent cooling,
in any situation. When Apple does it, when anybody does it, I hate it.
And tri-fans with
it's so stupid and so useless and absolutely does nothing to improve the freaking product. HDMI 2.1, USB 3.2, Gen 2 Type A, and audio jack. Thank you. Now that's see, audio jack. Good move. Keep the audio jack in at all times.
Chamber, keep this powerhouse nice and cool.
SD card reader, let's go. Another Type A. And a Gen 2 Type C, also with power delivery, let's go.
That was a lot of big words.
All right.
What I like
okay.
is this
I'll forgive the proprietary stuff if you're gonna give me 2 freaking Type C chargers. I'm all in. You got me. You got me on that one.
Lets people know you are.
I'm not taking it back. My opinion still stands, but this one's not bad. Do not let the charging cable deter you from buying this one.
This is one of my favorite parts of the laptop. It's light and thin, less than 2 kilograms, and enough of a powerhouse to handle the load whether I need to edit or even stream on it. It's good for gamers and content creators. So, what are you waiting for?
I said it's good to stream on.
If you're in the market for a top-of-the-line laptop, this is the one you need, and this is the one I am going to be using now. So check that link in the description below to get yours today. Thank you very much to Asus ROG for sponsoring this video, and back to whatever I'm talking about.
Thank you, ROG. You have always made good products as far as I'm concerned. I've never had any issues with mine.
Alright, first off, what the hell is regression? Imagine a trope that feels awfully similar to what you get to see in Isekai, but instead of seeing someone getting transported to another world and living their fantasy there, the protagonist gets transported back in time to an earlier point in their lives with all the knowledge of future events intact.
Oh, I've actually, this is a concept I've thought about, and I kind of wish I could do that IRL. You get me? Like one of those things where you're like, man, wouldn't it be freaking dope if you could like start over your life, but with all the knowledge you had? That's sick. I like that. So this is basically like a soft reset.
Sometimes it's a one-off leap, and sometimes they can regress back as many times as they want with certain conditions. If that sounds familiar to you, it's because, well, it's not exactly a concept we haven't seen before. Tokyo Revengers and Erased are basically a story about 2 different regressors.
Oh, I haven't watched Tokyo Revengers. Is that the one with the like not bully kids, but you get what I'm saying, like the punk kids, the like gang of kids, of teenagers, like that are freaking like fight. I think if I'm thinking of the right one.
And Summertime Render's time loop is essentially just a.
Haven't seen it. Okay, I'm not sure which one it is. I think if it's the one I'm thinking of, then I've been planning on watching it for a minute, but I actually have to finish watching Shield, like the latest season of. I had like a couple more episodes on Shield Hero. I just finished Solo Leveling, just caught up with One Piece, and I also did frick, what was I freaking had it? What's the name? Frick, I'll think of the name in a moment. Hold on, I need to grab my anime list.
But now, we're just setting the bar too high. The big difference Erased are basically a story about 2 different regressors. And hell, ReZero and Summertime Render's time loop is essentially just a regression mechanic. But now, we're just setting the
Summertime Rending. I don't know, something about that cover really appeals to me.
Bar too high. The big difference is a lot of regression manhwa tend to focus on the protagonist using their knowledge of the future as a sort of new game plus approach to their lives. Some use their knowledge to correct past mistakes in their lives or get a revenge of some sort. Most others use it to become really OP in whatever world they're in. Probably a fantasy world with video game elements. Like I said, different trash.
Fantasy world with video game elements. Where have I seen that before?
Same smell. So in that case, the first anime title that comes to mind is... Oh.
P.S. I don't remember if in Skeleton Knight he had the game system. It was the world from the video game. I just can't remember. I don't think he had the video game system. I think it was just like... He had all the powers, you get me?
Oh, this doesn't look good for me
I don't
at
think
all.
there was a system.
Like Isekai, there are a lot of regression titles out there. Some are the same copy-paste titles you've seen a million times before. Some actually use the core concept in different ways. So, with more manhwa not only getting adaptations, but becoming some of the most popular anime of the season,
Is Solo Leveling is not a manhwa.
and some actual regression manhwa adaptations starting to sneak in through the cracks, like A Return as Magic Should Be Special, I think this is a genre we are only going to see more of in the future. Alright, you've piqued my curiosity. So, where do I start? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. The original plan was that I was gonna run through a bunch of titles, then I realized halfway through writing about the 10th regression with a fantasy backdrop, video game-esque abilities, a dungeon crawling structure with a big mysterious tower to climb, my fucking mind was starting to
That's literally Ayoo. That's literally no, it's a freaking idiot, not Attack on. That's literally Sword Art Online. SOA. SAO. Frickin' stop. SAO. Too many acronyms.
Poo-poo age. So instead, what I'm going to do is just speed run through some titles in different categories and focus on a few that really stood out to me. This way,
No, idiot. I have to finish. I haven't started Gunheim. Cause I'm sorry, but I just loved the ending of the first two or three seasons, and that was it. I freaking loved it. I didn't want any more. But now I kind of want to watch.
Some of my favorites and prove that not every regression manhwa is a fantasy series where the main character can regress and get super OP because of it. So, let's start with fantasy manhwa where the main character can regress and get super OP because of it. Look, it wouldn't be a proper introduction without starting off with a series like this, okay? Like looking at Isekai and seeing the same copy and paste Sword Art Online clones, going through manhwa can feel like reading 1,000 different iterations of Solo Leveling, except hey, this time the main character can also regress! Leveling with the Gods is essentially just that exactly, but is one I actually think was executed half decently. The Swordmaster's son shows the rise of the youngest son in a family that's the equivalent of the Swordmaster version of the Zoldyck family. Kill the Hero details a good old revenge story where the protagonist levels up to kill the hero that originally killed him. Doombreaker, Volcanic Age, Infinite Level Up in Murim. If I were to continue, we'd be sitting here.
That's the best part, though. It's like, because it's fine. There's no issues with literally taking the exact same premise and the exact same story. How good can you do it? And can you do it better than the rest? That's the important bit. It doesn't matter if you're doing the same thing everybody else is doing. Can you do it better or at least as good as they did? And that's what's going to make the difference.
One Piece. So the series I actually want to talk about is SSS Class Revival Hunter. Not to be confused with my S-Class Hunters, the SSS Rank Hunters Lucky Draw, Civil Servant Hunters S-Class Resignation Log, but is to be confused with SSS Class Suicide Hunter, which is the other name for the series.
So copyright laws in Korea just don't matter, huh? Apparently.
Off to a fucking great start. Honestly, after seeing this title, I went into the series with half my brain turned off in fear that using over 10 neurons would hamper my enjoyment of it.
Hey, look, it's my deal.
Suicide Hunter, which is the other name for the series. We're off to a fucking great start. Honestly, after seeing this title, I went into the series with half my brain turned off in fear that using over 10 neurons would hamper my enjoyment of it. But lo and behold, this had some of the most fantastic storytelling I could find in the genre, which is a fucking shocker because this is like having a light novel titled Reborn as the weakest mage that became the strongest dickhead thanks to his cheat skill in another world, and it turning out to be the Citizen Kane of Isekai.
way to freaking just totally destroy SAO in one freaking title.
After a mysterious tower appears and people from all over the world gather to enter it and yada yada yada, you know how it goes. There are monsters on every floor, people get special skills when they enter, and anyone who tries to climb the floors and hunt the monsters are called hunters. Like the Flame Emperor, the top ranked hunter. He has wealth, fame, power, and all that shit they say in the One
He's
Piece
got all the
opening.
stuff.
Women want to be
Gold
with
Roger,
him.
I love
Guys
it.
want to be him, which is exactly
Yeah,
how our
baby,
protagonist Gongja feels. A lowly F-ranked hunter whose only SSS class ability seems to be shitposting.
What do you think? What? Hold on, he normally doesn't nip at me unless there's something going on. What's up? I know, I was supposed to end the stream now 2 hours ago. I got it, give me a sec. I got you, give me a sec. He wants attention, sorry. He's mad. He's really mad. Okay.
He just like me for real.
Well,
Out of nowhere,
I'm watching
though, Hal grants him
There's like 10 minutes left, alright? Chill. Give me a sec. I love you. Here, you want a cookie? You'll have an extra cookie today, because you guys have been so patient. Thank you. Alright.
First S-ranked ability, a power that allows him to copy any skill other people have. The catch? He can only copy the skills of anyone who kills him. And, oh, it only
That's overpowered, actually.
grants him his first S-ranked
I mean, whose power is going to be the best? The guy who defeated you.
ability, a power that allows him to copy any
Just
skill
yoink.
other people have. The catch?
Cool power, bro.
He can only copy the skills of anyone who kills him. And, oh, it only activates after he's already dead. Dejected at gaining a skill he'll never be able to use, he accidentally runs into the Flame Emperor and finds out that in person, he is, how do I say this? A bit of a shit cunt. Gongja gets senselessly murdered
Let's go! Let's go! He immediately...
by the dude, but as it turns out, the Flame Emperor has a skill that allows him to travel back in time exactly 24 hours every time he dies, which is the exact skill he needs not only to prevent his own...
Well, that's convenient. Freaking plot armor out the wazoo, okay. That's very convenient that he got that one. It sounds like My Hero Academia, where it's like, two brothers were born. One that could pass on his ability, his power, but his power is the ability to pass on his power. So he's only going to be able to pass on the ability to pass on, which means he has no power. The other brother got the power to steal other people's powers. You get what I'm saying? So the brother that, like, got the ability to pass on his ability, he was screwed. He sucked. So what did he do? He had to pass it on to one person. He passed away. That person was able to pass on his power to the next one. You know, it's like, dude, it sucks. Your one power is the ability to pass your power, but you have no power. So it's just, you get what I'm saying? How convenient that's the one ability they needed. You get me?
Use of the one skill he has. Oh wow, would you look at that? What a coincidence. Who could have guessed this could ever happen? After waking up with his newfound powers, he decides to take revenge, so he travels back in time to a point before the Flame Emperor awoke his powers by offing himself 4,090 times. Yes, you heard that right. 4,090 times. This motherfucker unalived himself so much, he might as well change his pronouns to was/were. But after taking revenge, the
his pronouns are gonna be was/were. Freaking A. So he can time travel so long as he keeps unaliving himself.
real meat of the story comes when he uses his newfound ability to climb floors, become one of the most respected hunters in the land, and uncover the secrets behind this mysterious tower. Alright, I'm gonna be real here. I know the plot synopsis makes this sound like the most generic, trashy regression manhwa you can find.
It does. However, again, it doesn't matter if you could do the exact same copy and paste story all over again. It literally just needs to freaking be better or as good as the other ones.
Because it absolutely is. At the beginning. But as you continue, you come to realize that this is not the generic trashy show you expected it to be. With a lot of these dungeon crawling manhwa, the formula is pretty set in stone. You go up floors, everyone encounters a progressively more powerful monster, everyone wonders how the hell we're going to defeat it, main character swoops in, saves the day, powers up. Hey, it worked for solo leveling, it can work another 10,000 other times, right? But what sets Revival Hunter apart is the level of world building and different clear conditions when it comes to every floor. Instead of feeling like a dungeon, each floor is more akin to a different world with its own people, conflict, and hardships. Every stage is so thematically different and presents a different philosophy that Gongja has to face, and he never comes out the same person as when he entered. On the surface, it seems obvious what needs to be done to clear each floor, but as you dig deeper in each world, you realize there is far more going on underneath. This is honestly more reminiscent to seeing Luffy travel to different islands and resolving the different conflicts he encounters. But where the regression comes...
There you go! Yeah! Literally, there you go! You take two of your favorite concepts, you make it better than either or.
In is seeing Gongja's unwavering commitment
literally
to
take SAO and One Piece, smash them together. This sounds like something I would love, actually. You're not gonna lie, I'm a freaking huge fan of both enemies.
Each world, the one
and thing... no, I didn't stop watching SAO because I was like, I'm bored of it. No. I stopped watching because some people started telling me, because this is when I started watching it, they were past Gunheim. I stopped watching it because I heard that you got diminishing returns to a certain point, and I just was such a huge fan of those first two seasons that I just was like, okay, I might try it out later on, but I just loved it so much that I just felt satisfied. You get me?
He thinks every place deserves
a
happy ending.
That's it.
And to do that, he will retry the floor as many times as he needs to get the conclusion he wants. While Subaru is out here learning in Season 2 that maybe he shouldn't be relying on his return by death ability so much, Gongja saw one low-tier god video and thought it was a Mr. Beast challenge. 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times optimizing every little...
What? Okay, alright, we're almost done, relax. That's enough. Here. Here you go. Want your toy? You want your toy, baby? You want me stuffing you? Here. Oh, you go, baby. Okay, I'm almost done. I swear. I promise. All right? Almost. We're good.
path, getting a better understanding of every single
Okay,
person,
look, as soon as I
spending
go
more
back.
time to truly.
Okay. I got it. Okay. Oh, what do you want? What? What? Don't just stare at me. You want a hug? You want kisses? You want a kissy, baby? Alright, I'll play with you in a moment. Just a little bit left. Look, it's a friggin' 8 minutes left. Alright? Yeah? Alright.
Empathize with the struggles of every floor before coming up with his own resolution. It's
He went
never
under the
about
desk to
beating the
sleep,
final
so I'm
boss.
assuming
It's
that-
about
yes.
giving the characters in the world the closure they need, no matter how
just
much
gonna keep
suffering
petting
it
him,
takes
so
to get there.
well,
If you have enough patience to get to floor 21, or the mirror mark of this story,
Oh,
you'll be
hello.
able to see what makes this series special. This is where the series truly comes into its own, with some of the most beautiful storytelling I've seen in this genre. Normally with these videos, I like to save the best till last, but I'll just go out and say that this was my favorite regression manhwa I've ended up reading so far. I came in looking for trash and I somehow ended up finding gold, so if you're
Nice.
thinking about trying any of the titles I just mentioned, this should be it. Whoa, Gigak, I thought we were trying to get off Isekai. What if I don't want another fantasy show with video game mechanics? Isn't there anything more realistic? I mean, sure, let's be real here. The first thing I'd do if I was able to regress back with my knowledge intact is maybe buy a Bitcoin, invest in some Apple stocks. Tell Justin Wong, don't do it! He's capable of parrying the super! Well, don't worry, there's a manhwa for that. Except the Justin Wong thing, that was a joke. I would never deprive gamers of the greatest moment in esports history. Past Life Returner is there if you want a series about a guy
Nah, bro, I would just min-max my whole investment strategy, you feel me?
regressing back and getting rich through hedge funds and financial investments. Medical Return takes the regression formula and puts it into a medical drama, with a doctor regressing back to fast-track his medical career while making every other doctor look like a dumbass. To Be an Actor does this even better in my opinion, except with a successful actor rising up even faster to stardom again, if that one arc in Oshinoko wasn't enough to get your
Ah, crud, I was about to say it too! The Oshinoko, the freaking kid, the son, Aqua, he freaking, like, literally uses the fact that, like, he was a doctor, and he went back and, like, became an actor, because, you know, a child actor with the conscience of a freaking adult will be able to actually act better than any kid actor that exists. But as soon as he became an adult, his acting skills, like, just didn't really match up quite the same. So it's just, like, it makes no, you know, you get what I'm saying?
fix. But for a grounded regression drama, I very much enjoyed A Man's Man. Hansung, one of the biggest technology companies in Korea, has just appointed their youngest ever CEO,
Okay, so literally Sam's, okay, got it.
Yon Hung. He has it all. Power, fame, fortune, and all that shit they say in the One Piece. Except one problem. No one he cares about gives a shit. Hated by almost everyone he's worked with after he's betrayed and backstabbed his way to the top, his wife leaves him on the day of his promotion, and to top it all off, he finds out that one of his closest ex-co-workers has just committed Jump King. So, is there really anything to celebrate about? Alone and despised, he turns to his last remaining friend. A good old bottle of Jack, baby. Yeah, that'll never betray me. Except it does. And he dies. Corporate drama with a regression
What?
twist, and while you might be able to guess how this all plays out, the first thing that stood out to me about A Man's Man is just exactly what the protagonist's regression abilities are used for. Of course, with the company's future CEO with all the knowledge he has, starting from ground zero again, you know what to expect. He's gonna climb the ladder even faster, play the company politics perfectly to a T, expose all the people who were a thorn in the time he was there, and everyone around him is left dicking.
Bro really got the chance to he literally took Undercover Boss to the next level.
Hands
Wow.
wondering how the hell a young upstart can play the corporate game so well. But while many regression manhwa focus solely on the protagonist finding success in whatever field they're in, Yu Yon's energy is put into making sure his entire team finds success and rising up together. He makes sure his co-workers are equally seen, ensures that the actual people doing the hard work are the ones that get the recognition and not the loudmouth bosses standing above them. This isn't a story about a man who gained success. This is a story of a man who already found success but regrets the way he got there. In a sense, there wasn't a single person responsible for the thorny path he took in his first life, but it was the result of the highly toxic work culture that the company had fostered for itself, and it's that culture that Yu Yon is really fighting against, not by completely destroying the company, but changing it from within. Yes, this is a power fantasy, but it is a power fantasy for anyone who's ever worked in a big corporation where you feel absolutely insignificant and sometimes daydream to yourself, fuck me, if I was in charge, I'd be able to get rid of all these rotten parts I have to deal with on a daily basis, humble some of these overconfident, useless managers who don't seem to do anything and actually run a tight ship. Put that in a setting of working in a
Let me tell you something. There's always someone above you. Unless you become the owner, there's always someone like that above you.
Massive electronics
I
company
can see
with
myself
their
enjoying a
team
power fantasy like
specializing
this.
in working for developing screens for electronic devices, right before the era where some fruit company announces this phone that you can control purely through touch, and that probably won't be relevant or anything, and you got yourself a pretty fun read. But sometimes, after reading a bunch of manhwa, you encounter a title that doesn't really belong in any category you usually see, but still goes bloody hard, like the next series, Chosu Saves the World. What would you do if you knew the end of the world was coming? Would you let it happen? Make the most of the time you have left and live your best life, or would you do everything in your power to prevent it? On Earth's final day, Chosu bears witness to a giant asteroid plummeting towards our planet. Scientific organizations detected the massive rock far too late and miscalculated it to be a near miss. All attempts to destroy or divert the thing have failed. As just a normal Korean office worker, Chosu, like many other people, was completely powerless to stop this fate, and all he can do is crack open one last cold one and give one final toast as he watches the world.
What a freaking Chad move! Bro said screw it. Let's crack it and go, bro!
Come to an end.
End of the world party!
But we all know this is a regression story where the end is just the beginning.
My kind of guy!
Of the end. Again, Chosu wakes up decades earlier as a kid. No mentions of any asteroid, no one panicking at the end of the world. Just one lone boy armed with Windows 2000.
No!
Or, Microsoft Windows 2000? With his knowledge alone of Earth's inevitable fate, he gathers his strength, looks up at the sky, and goes, "Oh, that asteroid's going down. I don't want to close my eyes. I wish it was that epic." Chosu saves the world, takes the sometime render approach. He tries to save the world, fails, and every time he does, he wakes up 3 months past where he woke up on his previous attempt. But unlike summertime render, each loop is not days or weeks, but are decade-long attempts to explore the question of, is it realistically possible for a single person to save the world? Which, if you think about it, is pretty damn difficult. You might know an asteroid is coming to hit Earth, but what the fuck can you do? You're the only one who does, and you're just a bloody kid. The rest of the kids around you have just graduated from shitting their pants phase to eating boogers phase. Even if you have decades, what is the right approach to take to correct the course of history? Let's say you want to warn NASA super early that there's an asteroid coming. Well, you're just a fucking nobody who sounds like your run-of-the-mill crazy person who watched 2012 once and thought it was a documentary. Plus, they've already detected it before and thought it was going to be a near miss, remember? Do you really think they're going to take your word over their own scientific minds? Tough luck, kid. Go back to shitting your pants. Alright, well, I have decades, so how about I study astronomy and get myself into a position where I can develop anti-asteroid technology as early as possible so we'll be ready when that asteroid gets detected.
No, you take the Elon Musk approach. I just solved it and I just beat the whole anime. You take the Elon Musk approach where you pretty much just find, like, since you have all that time, invest into Bitcoin, become like a billionaire, and like make your own Amazon basically, and then you pretty much just make your own anti-meteor missile defense. You don't rely on anybody because they're already useless. It's proven that they're useless and they're not going to be able to save the world. You got to do it all yourself.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So this raises a different issue. How do you get into a position influential enough where you can do such a thing? Where the hell are you going to get funding to pursue a project that will seem totally irrelevant until it's too late? Shall I hit up Daddy Elon to pump all his money into this instead of buying some bird website?
Yes,
maybe I can convince
but you don't get Elon,
enthusiasts
you become your own Elon. You have decades
to use a percentage of their enthusiasm for developing a better cup of coffee into developing tech that could save humanity. And brew a cup of coffee. Loop after loop, layers get added to the plan, more problems arise that need to be overcome, time gets wasted specking into the wrong tech tree. Maybe you find out that a solution is theoretically possible, but you need to influence the technology infrastructure first to make it viable. This hits a grounded sci-fi drama itch I haven't felt since watching The Martian. Add in Armageddon with a little sprinkle of Steins Gate, and you have a title I finished in a single night. If you can keep your suspension of disbelief in check, especially in season 2, and buy into this fact that every single influential person humanity ever needed is conveniently placed in this one school, then for the most part, this was an absolutely gripping and grounded exploration of what could happen if we needed to advance our space exploration infrastructure, especially when real-life proposed solutions I could find for stopping an asteroid go something like,
how about this? The laser bees.
Oh, what's this? An asteroid is on its way to destroy all life on Earth. Send out the laser bees! That pretty much sums up my introduction to regression manhwa. There is One more title I was planning to talk about that's not technically regression, but definitely takes the core appeal and spins it into its own unique thing that I feel has the potential to be the next big thing after solo leveling, but you know, I think that deserves a video on its own. So, until then, I'm going to take a break from my isekai and regression brain rot for real this time, and start diving into some good, critically acclaimed anime again. What's this? Cultivation manhwa from China?
You don't stop at 1 or 2 or 3 in a genre. You freaking get obsessed with it. I'm still on my isekai kick. You're not convincing me to leave it. I'm still there.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you very much this month.
In fact, I might even go rewatch Skeleton Knight.
Author Curtis Eckstein, Basil, Dysfunctional Degenerate, Flabberwocky, Jonathan Thick, Mike 808,
oh, that's it. All right.
12315, Kane Patchett, Pony Stark, Shouting Zombie, Walter Geist VT, and everyone else on my Patreon for helping to support me for this month and making this video possible. We did it, guys. I'm finally off Isekai. Nah, I'm just kidding with you. You know I can't leave Isekai completely, guys. You know, one thing I think I realized while making this video is that it doesn't always have to be Isekai. Of course, I haven't given up on Isekai completely, guys.
Bro, it's freaking Isekai's so good. I just like it, dude. That being said, there is like the genre I'm starting to fall into as well that I really want to get back into. Chaos, do you remember that one anime with that one dude? I talked about it last time. The anime where that one dude is being protected by a werewolf lady, while a bunch of other spirits and ghosts are like trying to consume his body because he has like a unique soul or whatever. That one's freaking really good. I forgot the name. I gotta find it though. It was a manga. It wasn't an anime. It was a manga. There is no anime for it yet. I gotta find that one again. It's a really good one. It's basically like a werewolf girl is protecting this one dude because basically his soul is like super awesome and like all the monsters want to eat it. And so she just like protects them. Like the first villain he fights is like a freaking centipede. It's freaking dope. I'll freaking find it again. If I find it, I gotta do a video or something of it. It's freaking good. I like it.
But you know what? At least there is a little bit more variety in there, right? Huh? Look, this is what happens when the season of anime is a little bit slower than what we're used to. Anyway, though, that's it from me for today. I've been Giguk, and I'll see you all next time.
Great freaking video, my dude. Great video. Yeah, if I can find that freaking... Check it out. Well, you know, we'll find it right now. Why not? Let's just go. We're about to end right now. Doggos are really getting mad at me. Google... Alright, this already goes to Google. Manga about boy with... This is gonna be a real weird freaking search. With... Werewolf... Girl... who protects him. Stop freaking missing the freaking... That one. Literally this one. Okay, what is it called?
Hello and welcome to another manga.
I will be eaten by you. There we go. It's this one. I'm so sorry we're at end of stream, otherwise I'd watch the entire thing, but I've actually already read it. It's really good. I already know. What an amazing freaking anime. Manga. Please go and check it out. Absolutely one of the best freaking mangas I have read in a minute, dude. Ah! Freaking waifu of the year. Oh my goodness, dude. I freaking love her so much. She is waifu. She is hard waifu. Hardcore waifu. One of the best fights. This is freaking disturbing. I'm personally censoring this with my own head, but... Ah! Okay, so it's a weird one. It's a weird one, but boy howdy are the freaking fight scenes awesome. Her freaking the flip out. Her actual real werewolf form is like way more terrifying than any werewolf that we know in like American lore. It's freaking horrifying, her werewolf form. And I'm not seeing any images right off the bat, but like, oh, there we go. This is like, no, not even, but you once you see it, it's freaking absurd. It goes real hard demon. It's more demon than werewolf, I'll be honest. So good, such a good manga. Go read that one, dude. I freaking love this one. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. Live reactions every Friday, so swing by.